Are you sure that you're not hearing from God? Because sometimes we do hear from God, but we may not always like the answer. There have been times where I have heard God specifically tell me to do something or not to do something. And because I did not like that answer, I did it anyway. And of course, there were consequences to it. And then I had to backtrack and do what he did tell me to do. So the thing is, you have to ask yourself, is it that I did not hear from God, or is it that I did hear from him and I just did not like the answer? Because the thing is, God talks to us in a lot of different ways. So some of the ways that I've heard from God personally is just by hearing his voice. Like I'll actually literally hear another voice that sounds like my voice inside my head, or sometimes I'll hear it in my ear and there's no one else in the room. Or God will speak to you through dreams or visions. So think about all the times that God has spoken to other people in the Bible through dreams and visions. He can also speak to you that way. And then there's also messengers. God will send somebody into your life that will either prophesize over you or will say something to you that will answer a question that you had. And that's how you will also know that it's God. Make sure that we're not talking about any false prophets, though, because some people will come to you and say something that's not aligned with what God says. So make sure that it is somebody that you can confirm has a relationship with God. And then God can also talk to you just through signs and wonders. Signs and wonders. Think about how many signs and wonders that are in the Bible and how those same kind of signs and wonders, maybe not the exact same, can also happen in today's time. For example, there have been so many times where and this usually happens to me when I see like these different signs and wonders when I'm driving. For some reason, I guess I'm so focused on the road, and then I'll look up and then there's like an actual sign that says like an answer to a question. Like one time, I had just broken up and I was kind of sad about it. And then all of a sudden I look up and there's a street sign that says New Hope. God was moving me forward and I can hope in something new. He's letting me know, okay, we've closed the door. Now we have something new approaching. Or how many times I've seen stuff on the back of other people's cars that also talk about God or answer a question. So there will be signs. And that also lets you know that God is confirming something to you or talking to you. So don't always feel like you need to go to somebody else just to see if you can hear from God, because God is also talking to you. He says, if you abide in me, I will abide in you. So stay in your word, stay in prayer, and go to church. Just stay connected with God. And I'm telling you, you will hear from him if you haven't already.